Lars, the little polar bear, was very lonely. Lars, si beruang kutub kecil, dia merasa sangat kesepian. As he gazed across the cool blue ocean, he wished he had a friend to play with. Saat dia memandang ke seberang lautan biru yang sejuk, dia berharap dia punya teman untuk bermain. When he got home, Lars' mother could tell right away that something was wrong. Saat dia sampai di rumah, ibu Lars langsung tahu bahwa sesuatu yang salah sedang terjadi. Why are you so sad? She asked. Mengapa kau begitu sedih? Ibunya bertanya. Because I have no friends here, said Lars calmly. Karena aku tidak punya teman di sini, kata Lars dengan murung. Don't worry, said his mother. Jangan khawatir, kata ibunya. One day you will find someone to play with. Suatu hari kamu akan menemukan seseorang untuk diajak bermain. The next morning, when Lars went out for a walk, he thought he saw another little polar bear standing next to a big wooden box. Keesokan harinya, ketika Lars sedang keluar untuk jalan-jalan, dia pikir dia melihat seekor beruang kutub lain sedang berdiri di samping kotak kayu yang sangat besar. I should go over and say hello, thought Lars. Aku harus pergi dan menyapanya, pikir Lars. But when he got closer, he realized that the polar bear was made out of wood. Namun, ketika dia mendekati dia, menyadari bahwa beruang kutub itu terbuat dari kayu. Lars smelled food. He had walked into the box to see what it was. Lars mencium bau makanan, jadi dia masuk ke dalam kotak kayu tersebut untuk melihat apa itu. Suddenly, there was a loud bang, and the door on the end of the box snapped shut. Tiba-tiba terdengar ledakan keras dan pintu di ujung kotak itu tertutup. Lars was trapped. Lars terjebak. It was so dark inside the box that Lars couldn't see a thing. Di dalam kotak itu sangatlah gelap sehingga Lars tidak bisa melihat apapun. He threw himself against the door but it wouldn't open. Dia melempar dirinya ke arah pintu tetapi pintu itu tidak terbuka. Lars sat in the box for hours. Lars duduk di dalam kotak itu berjam-jam. He thought about his parents and how worried they must have been when he didn't come home. Dia berpikir tentang orang tuanya dan betapa khawatirnya mereka ketika tahu dia tidak pulang. Suddenly he heard voices outside. Tiba-tiba dia mendengar suara dari luar. The box began to move and Lars felt it being lifted. Kotak itu mulai bergerak dan Lars merasa diangkat. He was very scared. Dia sangat takut. The box bumped up and down and rocked back and forth for another hour. Kotak itu terbentur ke atas dan ke bawah dan bergoyang-goyang selama 1 jam lagi. When it finally stopped moving, Lars cried out, but no one opened the door. Ketika kotak itu akhirnya berhenti bergerak, Lars berteriak, tapi tidak ada yang membukakan pintu untuknya. Then the box began to shake and Lars heard out loud roar. Kemudian kotak itu mulai berguncang dan Lars mendengar raungan keras. He felt as if he was being pushed downward and backward, and there was a funny feeling in his tummy. Dia merasa seolah-olah dia didorong ke bawah dan ke belakang dan ada perasaan lucu di perutnya. Then the feeling passed. Kemudian perasaan itu berlalu. Lars was now very tired, so he curled up in the box and fell asleep. Lars sekarang merasa sangat lelah, jadi dia meringkuk di dalam kotak itu dan tertidur. The next thing Lars knew, there was a loud crash and at last the door to the box burst open. Hal berikutnya yang Lars tahu adalah suara keras dan akhirnya pintu kotak itu terbuka. Lars found himself in a strange place filled with many wooden boxes and lots of strange smell. Lars mendapati dirinya berada di tempat yang aneh, penuh dengan kotak kayu yang besar dan banyak bau-bau yang aneh. Hey, little polar bear, come over here, said a deep, friendly voice. Hey, beruang kutub kecil, kemarilah, kata sebuah suara yang dalam, besar dan bersahabat. Lars looked up and was startled to see huge walrus. Lars mendongak ke atas dan dia terkejut melihat walrus yang sangat besar. What are you doing here? asked Lars. Apa yang kamu lakukan di sini? Kata Lars. I was trapped, just like you. Aku terjebak sama seperti kamu, said Walrus. The owl says that we are being taken to the zoo. Burung hantu bilang, kita akan dibawa ke kebun binatang. What is a zoo? Asked Lars. Apa itu kebun binatang? Tanya Lars. I don't know, grunted the Walrus. Aku tidak tahu, gumam the Walrus. And I don't know how to find out. Do you think you could lift the latch on this cage? Dan aku tidak mau mencari tahu. Menurutmu apakah kamu bisa mengangkat grendel kandang ini? Lars banged the latch with his paws and finally it swung open. Lars menggedor-gedor grendel itu dengan cakarnya dan akhirnya mengayun terbuka. The walrus lumbered out of his cage and together they started to free all the animals. Walrus itu keluar dari kandangnya dan bersama-sama mereka mulai membebaskan semua hewan-hewan lainnya. As the cage were open, Lars was surrounded by many animals he had never seen before. Saat kandang-kandang itu terbuka, Lars dikelilingi oleh banyak hewan yang belum pernah dia lihat sebelumnya. But the biggest surprise came out of the last box, a little brown bear whose name was Bee. Tapi kejutan terbesar muncul dari kotak terakhir, yaitu seorang beruang coklat kecil bernama Bee. The walrus was very clever, and soon he had found a way to escape. Walrus itu sangat pintar, dan segera dia menemukan cara untuk melarikan diri. But all the animals were so happy to be free that they ran away, leaving the slow walrus behind. Tapi semua hewan itu sangat senang bisa bebas sehingga mereka melarikan diri sangat cepat dan meninggalkan walrus yang lamban. Wait for me, he cried after them. Tunggu aku, dia menangis setelah mereka. When Lars and Bee heard the walrus cry, they stopped and turned around and went back to help their friend. Ketika Lars dan Bee mendengar teriakan tangisan walrus, mereka berhenti, berbalik dan kembali untuk membantu teman mereka. I am sorry we ran off, said Lars. Maafkan kami berlari, kata Lars. We started together and we'll finish together. Kita mulai bersama dan kita akan menyelesaikannya bersama juga. By the time the three of them reached the wood, it was dark. Pada saat mereka bertiga mencapai hutan, hari sudah gelap. They barely escaped being caught in the bright glare of the searchlight. Mereka nyaris lolos dari sorotan lampu sorot yang menyilaukan. When they were deep in the woods and out of dangers, Lars, Bee, and the walrus fell fast asleep. Ketika mereka berada jauh di dalam hutan dan keluar dari bahaya, Lars, Bee, and walrus tertidur lelap. The next morning, when Lars woke up, he was surprised to hear Bee crying. Keesokan paginya, ketika Lars bangun, dia terkejut mendengar Bee menangis. What's wrong? Asked Lars. Apa yang salah? Tanya Lars. We are not in danger. Kita tidak dalam bahaya lagi. It's my parents, sobbed Bee. Tentang orang tuaku, tangis Bee. They were captured earlier and I'll probably never see them again. Mereka ditangkap dan mungkin saya tidak akan pernah melihat mereka lagi. I'm sorry, said Lars, but then he had an idea. Maafkan aku, kata Lars, tetapi dia punya ide yang bagus. Why don't you come home with me? He said happily. Mengapa kamu tidak pulang bersamaku? Kata dia dengan gembira. You can be my sister. Kamu bisa menjadi kakak perempuanku. But won't your parents be upset because I'm brown? Asked Bee. Tetapi apakah orang tuamu tidak akan sedih karena aku berkulit coklat? Tanya Bee. Of course not, said Lars. Tentu saja tidak. Bears are bears. Beruang adalah beruang. When the walrus wake up, the three of them talk about how they will get home. Ketika walrus bangun, mereka bertiga berbincang tentang bagaimana caranya mereka akan pulang. If we could find a river, said the walrus, I could carry the two of you on my back. Jika kita bisa menemukan sungai, kata walrus, aku bisa menggendong kalian berdua di punggungku. While the walrus talked, Bee noticed some bees flying around the tree. Sementara walrus berbicara, Bee melihat beberapa lebah terbang di sekitaran pohon. I am hungry, said Bee. Saya lapar, kata Bee. Will you help me get some honey? Maukah kamu membantuku mendapatkan madu? Lars had never seen bees before and he was afraid. Lars tidak pernah melihat lebah sebelumnya, dan dia takut. He hid behind some bushes with the walrus. Mereka bersembunyi di balik semak-semak dengan walrus. Lars and the walrus liked the honey very much, and as soon as they had eaten, the three friends set off to find a river. Lars dan walrus sangat menyukai madu itu, dan segera setelah mereka makan, ketiga sahabat itu pergi mencari sungai. As they walked along, Lars couldn't believe how many trees there were in the forest. Ketika mereka berjalan, Lars tidak percaya betapa banyak pohon yang ada di hutan. Luckily, Bee had such a good sense of smell that she quickly led them to a small stream. Beruntungnya, Bee memiliki indera penciuman yang sangat baik sehingga dia dengan cepat membawa mereka ke sungai kecil. The walrus jumped right in and rolled around. Walrus melompat ke kanan, dalam, dan berguling-guling. This feels great, he said happily. Ini berasa luar biasa, katanya dengan gembira. Climb on my back and let's get going. Naik ke pungguku dan ayo kita berangkat. As the walrus swam along, the stream turned into a river. Saat walrus sedang berenang, arus berubah menjadi sungai yang besar. Lars told Bee all about his wonderful home. Lars memberitahu Bee tentang betapa indahnya rumahnya. Then Lars noticed a familiar smell. Kemudian Lars mencium bau yang tidak asing lagi. We are coming to a city, he said. Kita akan menuju sebuah kota, katanya. I visited a city once. Aku pernah mengunjungi sebuah kota. We must be very careful. Kita harus sangat berhati-hati. Let's stop until it gets dark. Ayo kita berhenti sampai hari mulai gelap. While the three of them sat on the river bank and waited for the sun to go down, Lars told them about his adventure in the city. Sementara mereka bertiga duduk di tepi sungai dan menunggu matahari terbenam, Lars bercerita tentang petualangannya di kota. I met some nice cats, he said. Aku bertemu dengan beberapa kucing yang baik, katanya. But everything is very dirty. Tetapi semuanya sangatlah kotor. My home is much nicer than city. Rumahku jauh lebih bagus daripada kota. The next day, Lars and the walrus recognized the smell of sea water. Keesokan harinya, Lars dan walrus mengenali bau air laut yang asin. We are almost home, Lars said to Bee. Kita hampir sampai, kata Lars kepada Bee. Not quite, said the walrus. Tidak juga, kata walrus. We still have far to go. And first we have to pass through those big gates up ahead. Kita masih pergi jauh dan pertama-tama kita harus melewatkan gerbang besar itu yang ada di depan. Soon they found themselves in the middle of the ocean. Tidak lama mereka sudah sampai di tengah-tengah lautan. A storm has started and the waves were getting bigger and bigger. Badai telah datang dan ombak ini terasa sangat besar dan besar. Hang on tight, yelled the walrus. Pegangan yang erat, teriak walrus. At last, the three friends arrived in the Arctic. Akhirnya, ketika sahabat itu tiba di kutub utara, Bee stared at the strange landscape. Bee menatap aneh pemandangan itu. She had seen snow before, but she had never seen so much of it. Dia pernah melihat salju sebelumnya, tetapi dia belum pernah melihat salju sebanyak itu. The walrus dropped Lars and Bee off near Lars' home. Walrus itu menurunkan Lars dan Bee di dekat rumah Lars. It was time to say goodbye. Sudah waktunya untuk mengucapkan selamat tinggal. Thanks for waiting for me, said the walrus. Terima kasih sudah menungguku, kata walrus. I never would have made it home without you. Aku tidak akan pernah berhasil pulang tanpamu. And we never would have it made without you. Dan kami juga tidak akan berhasil pulang tanpamu, kata Lars. As the walrus swam away, Lars and Bee set out to find Lars' parents. Ketika walrus berenang menjauh, Lars dan Bee berangkat untuk mencari orang tua Lars. Bee was having trouble walking on the ice and snow. Bee kesulitan berjalan di atas es dan salju. She kept slipping and sliding. Dia terus tergelincir dan meluncur. Suddenly, Lars saw his parents and ran up to greet them. Tiba-tiba Lars melihat orang tuanya dan berlari untuk menyambut mereka. Bee slid along behind him. Bee meluncur di belakangnya. "Where have you been?" said his mother. "Kemana saja kamu?" kata ibunya. "We were so worried about you." Kami begitu mengkhawatirkanmu. Lars quickly told his parents about his latest adventure and explained that Bee had been separated from her parents. Lars dengan cepat memberitahu kedua orang tuanya tentang petualangan terbarunya dan menjelaskan bahwa Bee telah terpisah dari orang tuanya. "She's afraid that you won't let her stay because she's brown," said Lars. Dia takut bahwa kalian tidak akan membiarkan dia tinggal di sini karena dia berkulit coklat, kata Lars. "That's silly," said Lars' father. "Itu konyol," kata ayah Lars. "Bears are bears. Beruang adalah beruang." Lars' mother gave Bee a big hug. Ibu Lars memberi Bee pelukan yang besar. "You're very beautiful bear," she said. "Kamu adalah beruang yang sangat cantik," katanya. "You can stay with us as long as you like." Kamu bisa tinggal bersama kami selama kamu mau. Lars were very happy. Lars sangatlah gembira. "I can't wait to get home," he said. "Aku tidak sabar untuk pulang," katanya. "There is so many things I want to show you, my friend." Ada begitu banyak hal yang aku ingin tunjukkan kepadamu, temanku. Yay, the end. Thank you for watching, you guys. I'll see you in the next book. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye-bye.